Hello YouTube, this is Core, also known as Drew, and I want to tell you how I am slowly able to get over being envious of relationships. So, I've been watching this YouTuber, I've actually been rewatching. I'm sweaty outside. It's been hot. I'm gonna start putting on sunscreen on regular because I just donated some white blood cells. Didn't have sunscreen as I was going home, and after going home, giving the repairman my iPad, and I got a sunburn. That is embarrassing. Anyways, so I've been rewatching some Aaron Clary clips, or I've been checking out the channel again because I've been feeling lonely, hurt, sad, isolated, this and that. As a man, there's again a trend of, say, women around my age slowly pursuing both acceptance of misandry, hatred of men, even though I protected a little girl on one occasion and a grown woman on another. Yes, I'm just generalized, and I don't want to dox myself. That's why I'm not walking. So another thing that I'm noticing is just the increase of hypergamy. Women just wanting their rich. I'm sorry, I shouldn't generalize. There's an increased number of women who they want their tall Korean ex-football player CEO who wants the best of the best, basically. And it kind of annoys me because I'm pretty good with money, and I've proven that I can be thoughtful, romantic, but I'm still having bad luck, and I've come to realize lately, again, it's, for the most part, it's not my fault. But anyways, Aaron Clary, he pointed out that that a lot of people get married, big whoop, and in a lot of marriages, the man could be he didn't really point this out, but there's marriages that I'm pointing out that the guy is a loser, and he pointed out that there are marriages where the lady got fat, okay? And one certain thing that he did point out, if I do remember correctly, is that there are lots of people who are not happy in marriages. And yeah, to be quite honest, marriage is not all sunshine and rainbows. You could be with the wrong person, and they can make your life hell. But some of the time, or rarely, is there a happy marriage. Now that's commendable. That is very commendable. And so I've begun to see myself and say, okay, well, I'm seeing a lot of people in relationships. I'm envious because I want to be in a relationship. I want to share my life with somebody. Okay? So when he pointed out that lots of people get married, big whoop, many people have been doing it for thousands of years, I begin to look at myself and say, oh, it is not that commendable to be in a relationship, but in a healthy relationship where both of you are going to have a good life. Now that is commendable, because there are lots of people who are broken, immoral, nasty, don't know where they're going at in life. They have too many quirks or flaws, yet they're in a relationship. They found somebody. Either the guy's a loser who's weak, who's a pushover, or the woman is just a very sour, man-hating mess who doesn't care what she does and so forth. It could be the other way around, where say the guy, he's a misogynistic jerk, or the or the woman is just so broken that she has to resort to committing crimes to make money. It could be the other way around. And being in a relationship is not a goal. Eventually finding a relationship where you two are happy, where you two are healthy, happy, are going to do well in life and so forth, going to leave a legacy. Now that's amazing. That is amazing. And I've begun to see myself and say, wow, okay, well, women, they choose other guys and not me. What does that say about me? Doesn't really say much, because I took very good care of my hygiene. I have a skincare routine. I also exercise. I have gotten pretty good with money. I learned to meal prep. I'm becoming to be more of a minimalist. I also don't play video games a lot. My specialty usually revolves around Japanese, the language, and bookkeeping, which is entry-level accounting work, which I do plan on entering. And I also have hobbies such as pickleball, reading, and all that. So if these women who don't want me just don't want me, then that's on them, whether if it's reasonable or irrational. You're not a fan of me because what? Our interests don't align? That's okay. Oh, you don't want me because I'm not your tall, rich Korean CEO who is going to date the cashier or the server at a restaurant? Yeah, no. That's your loss, because I have a lot to offer, and I've proven with multiple leads or potential leads that I have a lot to offer. But for the ladies who don't want me because the vibes are off, that's okay. That is totally fine. You can choose to pick somebody else. But that kind of reminds me of this one time where my dad incorrectly had his values wrong. Where, say, he was talking about extended family, and he pointed out, oh, our extended family members have families and they went to college. That means they're doing good in life, in his own words. But anybody can go to college. Anybody can start a family. There was this shoplifting couple that I ran into at Vons. This was a place I used to work at, retail giant. And one of the guy was clearly mentally ill. He wanted to fight me, but he couldn't because he was too scared. He was shoplifting, mind you. And when I lifted my hand up to keep his hand from going close to mine, he started running away and making a mess. So this woman dated a loser who shoplifts and who is all scared and wimpy with a trained, confident man. So I've begun to learn very lately, starting last year, that respectfully, I don't hate women. I'm just pointing out that women are human, just as men are, and women aren't the ultimate. Women being okay or liking you, they aren't a litmus test on your morality, your character, on whether or not you're going to be successful in life. It's just a woman who's in favor of you. And that says the same about guys. Oh. So, and yeah, just because, again, back to that example, just because people go to college doesn't mean they're going to be successful. And just because they have families doesn't mean they're going to be successful, because if you're not well adjusted, if you're not happy, if you're not mentally there, if you don't have a stable source of income, if you cannot handle having a bunch of kids, if you don't respect your wife or husband, then the family isn't going to do so well. So back to what I was saying. I'm going to wait for this motorcyclist to get out of here. So back to what I was saying. That is a nice bike. relationships aren't all that. You can still be a loser. You could date a loser. You could lack self-esteem and not know when to quit when a woman is cheating on you or is being disrespectful to you. The woman, despite getting beaten by the guy, and a group of men getting ready to, say, beat the dude to a pulp before the police arrive, even if whether he gets beaten to a pulp for beating women or not, there's a chance the woman will stay with the guy. Not all. There's again that factor that relationships aren't, say, a deciding factor on whether somebody's doing well in life or not. And again, thousands of people throughout thousands of years have been into marriage. People throughout thousands of years have dated. Thousands of people have gone through divorces. Thousands, millions, but these thousands of years, people have gone through divorces. And for thousands of years, there are millions and millions of people who have cycled from girlfriend to girlfriend, boyfriend to boyfriend, and it's either a shortcoming on their end or the partner's end, okay? And as a man, I've also learned that dating is going to be hard for me no matter what, because us men have lower and more reasonable standards, generally speaking, compared to women's. And despite how hard I've been trying and how well I've been doing, I still can't get a relationship. Does that say much about me? Kinda. I've been working on my social skills. I've been dressing up differently. I have some work to do, plenty even. But there are guys around my age who have slightly different character. They're good men. The only difference is that they're tall and maybe perhaps, say, different vibes and such. So I've learned slowly to not let it get to me because, again, women, respectfully, they're not a test to decipher whether I'm just manly enough or worthy of a relationship. And I've been itching for one, but I've been letting it get to me these past few years, and I'm just fudge. It can get lonely, but I gotta remember, even losers are in relationships. And I used to know this girl who's a misandrist, a very proud one, who was chronically online, who was pretty much just a performative social activist, something along the lines of that. A performative activist who would just care more about, say, a group of people halfway from the world in fictional characters, but not towards human beings who she personally know. So, and also, the reason I point that out, that guy's car is messed up. So the reason I'm bringing this girl up is because she, despite being flawed, immoral, going for an associate's and then later a bachelor's degree in gender studies, she has relationship experience simply because she's a girl. She is a young adult. Well, she was and is a young adult, mind you. She's pretty. She has nerdy interest. She also, again, she's a girl. when it comes to women in their 20s, the dating market will always be easy for women. And that is the reality that a lot of men have to come to a realization that if they try, for the most part, as if they are salesmen, they're going to keep failing. They're going to often fail, and that's okay. Because eventually the one will come. And if you're trying harder, you're gonna fail more. Because it does depend on how much you care, is what affects you. But yeah, being in a relationship and or having relationship experience prior to that relationship and attracting lots of guys or girls doesn't correlate to life success, which I've learned throughout the years. So yeah, I gotta keep myself, and you guys gotta keep yourselves busy, because it's gonna get worse from here, as COVID messed up a lot of people. That's all I wanted to share. See ya.